There are many blockchain and cryptocurrency related projects out there, but they aren't all made from the same stuff. Hedera has a cryptocurrency and it isn't exactly a blockchain, but it's something you might have heard of or might be hearing about soon. Either way, it's definitely worth getting to know. Hedera is a public network that allows non-fungible tokens or NFTs, but does not employ smart contracts. It also has its own coin but does not use a blockchain. Hedera aims to be secure and scalable while being faster, more energy efficient, and less expensive than other options. It is decentralized like Bitcoin but also has a governing body like Ethereum, and that body is public. 25 firms including Google, IBM, LG, and Deutsche Telekom own and run Hedera. It describes itself as a third-generation public ledger and builds on the concepts and innovations of those other systems while also incorporating some of its own features. So how can Hedera function without a blockchain? It employs a consensus algorithm called Hashgraph, which is a public ledger that records time-stamped transactions between nodes on the network. Although the Hashgraph system sounds a lot like blockchain, there are a few key differences. In contrast to a blockchain, where transactions are contextualized by their position in relation to the blockchain, meaning that the blockchain must be in continuous operation regardless of the activity taking place on it or with that cryptocurrency. Further on the Hashgraph, these transactions are only sent out for confirmation by active nodes rather than by all nodes on the network. As with all crypto systems, transactions are processed according to proof of stake, or how much of the HBAR coin each user has. If you're familiar with the NFTs, you know that crypto projects can be used to track anything connected with a digital identification. For some cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, the protocol only enables transactions performed with a native token. Avery Dennison, a material science business, has created a connected products cloud using the Hedera Hashgraph by putting these digital IDs on tangible items so they can be tracked as they move through supply chains. For NFTs, Hedera is also employed. The ARIA Exchange, a carbon-negative NFT platform operated by the ARIA network and partially supported by IBM service, is made possible by the Hashgraph. Currently tracks digital goods like the ARIA network service or physical items like the Avery Dennison in the cloud infrastructure that supports the company's digital activities. Now keeps a record of correspondence between entities that can be in direct competition with one another using the Hashgraph. While Hedera doesn't employ smart contracts equally, Safe Health Systems Incorporated uses Hedera Hashgraph to securely and confidentially store patient information for customers of their platform that is trusted by the Mayo Clinic, Arizona State University, and others. Hedera's tokenization services enable many applications built on the Hedera network to use their own coins, including NFTs and utility tokens that are never traded. Smart contract systems like Chainlink can use Hedera to make the platform even more flexible. You can buy Hedera's native token, HBAR, through a Hedera account or from a number of other wallets and exchanges, but the majority of people who benefit from the Hashgraph may never interact with it. Please keep in mind that cryptocurrency investments can go down as well as up, so you should never invest more money than you can afford to lose, and that this video is not intended to be a financial advice. At the moment, you cannot mine Hedera because all nodes are run by the Hedera Governing Council. However, once that council reaches 39 members, non-council members will be able to run nodes and they will be repaid. Is the Hedera Hashgraph decentralized? The answer is sort of. It is decentralized in the sense that no one person runs the show, but it is not yet in the stage where it is totally managed by its users, despite the fact that you might think it is Hedera's aim. Even though it is presently not possible to mine Hedera, it is possible to stake the Hashgraph using HBAR obtained from exchanges to give your transactions more weight. Additionally, Hedera includes a proxy staking system that enables holders who do not own their own nodes to stake their HBAR to a proxy node. The Hedera network has more to it than that, and the project continues to expand and evolve. But as you follow Hedera, you should have enough knowledge and understanding to get you started. Staking is not presently available, but it is on the Hedera roadmap. Will Hedera become an Ethereum competitor? It is unclear at this time whether Hedera and Hedera Hashgraph will ever directly compete with Ethereum, but the scalable technology is impressive and enables a much higher rate of transactions than the Ethereum blockchain is currently capable of. That may change with the release of Ethereum 2.0, and we will see Ethereum switch from proof of work to proof of stake. The operation ought to significantly raise Ethereum's transaction potential while lowering its gas costs. Through the use of technology known as asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance or ABFT, Hedera Hashgraph claims to achieve the highest level of security feasible even when malicious operators are present on the network. Due to its short latency and ability to process transactions in parallel rather than serially, Hedera Hashgraph can execute transactions more quickly than the blockchains for Bitcoin and Ethereum. The Hedera Hashgraph platform supports the same object-oriented programming language that Ethereum employs, known as Solidity, which is frequently used for smart contracts by enabling smart contracts. A transaction may be sent out and confirmed by the network with 100% certainty in just a few seconds. Decentralized applications or dApps can be created using the platform and utilized for a range of purposes, including as gaming, decentralized banking, DeFi products, digital identification, and more. It also advantages from incredibly low fees, quick transactions that take just seconds to reach ultimate finality, and transaction fees that are less than 1 penny. In contrast, it can take more than 10 minutes for a Bitcoin transaction to confirm, and for much of 2020, the average transaction fee has remained above $1. Despite all of its benefits, these skyrocketed in early 2021, rising as much as $30 each transaction. In contrast to several cryptocurrencies, developers are unable to fork the protocol to produce their own publicly available versions since Hedera Hashgraph is not open source. Rather, the technology is patented just as Bitcoin BTC was split into Bitcoin Cash BCH and Bitcoin Cash into Bitcoin SV BSV. Swirlds, in addition, with only 19 governors, it's doubtful whether Hedera Hashgraph offers the centralized solution that blockchain promises. The company behind the platform claims that the algorithm is patented to prevent the loss of network effects, which causes the value of the hashgraph to rise with a growing user base, since forks can split communities and user bases. This can represent a risk to firms building unforkable chains, which Hedera has eliminated with its patents. A relatively recent consensus protocol called Hashgraph seeks to handle transactions more quickly than current networks. Hashgraph has the potential to process transactions at a somewhat efficient pace. Proof of stake for consensus is waiting a fee and reward scheme, a cryptocurrency, and the two essential HCS and HTS services. Hedera wants to create a platform that can serve high-volume use cases, including tokenization, micropayments, and data integrity. Hedera aims to be compliant across jurisdictions by providing native support for optional KYC and AML checks. Through its verified identity mechanism, the network also provides a virtual machine that can compile smart contracts written in Solidity, similar to the EVM. In a permissioned paradigm, only the governing members will run nodes in Hedera. The node membership will change from permissioned to totally permissionless over time as the spread of the network's native token, HBAR, improves, allowing any network user to run a Hedera consensus node. Governing members elect subcommittees to handle conventional corporate functions like the legal, finance, and marketing departments. They are also in charge of council membership, network regulations, token regulation, and protocol updates. Additionally, Hedera's application development layer is open. Governing members' worlds has licensed the technology to Hedera Hashgraph, governing entities will use the associated patent rights to legally prevent anyone from forking the code and creating a competing platform and currency. To create Hedera applications, no license is necessary. All members may serve up to 2 consecutive terms of 3 years. After initial members are chosen by Swirlds, the Hashgraph algorithm's developer has a permanent seat and an equal vote. The governance model is more traditional, drawing on a concept invented by the National Bank American Art Incorporated, or now Visa, in 1968. It also tries to stop individual members or node operators from having too much influence over the Hedera Governing Council. Despite being private, the Hashgraph consensus algorithm is available for examination. Since the network and its cryptocurrency cannot be forked by outside developers, the public can inspect the underlying code.